National Urban League presents Emerging Voices from the Pandemic. Students speak out. Across the United States, students like me were able to tell our stories about learning during the COVID-19 pandemic. Connected students ask the questions, while disconnected and reconnected students share their lived experiences. There's a lot to learn from us. Are you ready? True stories, real students, useful recommendations.
I think what made me totally disconnected was the lack of communication within the teachers that were through online schooling. They weren't as connected as those like in-person school. It was very hard to reach out to them to like kind of communicate that I was having a hard time understanding the material that they had given me. It's like a combination of the lack of teacher communication and also being diagnosed with major depressive disorder kind of threw me in for the runner because I was going through all these feelings that I did not know what it was until I got diagnosed, and sleeping in and out of those depressive episodes in my environment was addition to what was going on and why I wasn't being able to connect with school like I should have been.
I applaud you for even being able to do work in that state. I don't think I could. What do you think that teachers could have done to have better communication?
I feel like with online schooling, a lot of online teachers lack empathy for their students because a lot of students like me are dealing with mental illnesses and family issues and a bunch of things. So I feel like teachers should kind of accommodate the online students to whatever they can do and to their best ability, because a lot of students can't do as much as an in-person student can.
Do you think the purpose of school differs based on like race and gender?
Most definitely. Race does play a very big, significant part in what education means to people, especially being a black man in a white society. I feel as if my existence will be kind of invalidated if I don't have an education, because those stereotypes will automatically be attached to me if I do not have an education and if I do not have the qualifications that another person does have. And even with those qualifications, I still will not be looked at as a white man in America at all, and I will still not have the same privileges as a white man at all.
Do you feel like there's a pressure to be reconnected to school?
Yes, most definitely, because I feel as if I'm not reconnected, then I will not be, seen as a hardworking person, because believe me, before the pandemic, my grades were flourishing. I was always on top of everything. And now that I'm a little bit falling behind and I'm a disconnected student, I kind of have this overwhelming pressure of like I'm not going to be able to provide for my family and help them get to where they need to be. My family is riding on my success, and I feel like honestly, if I don't get this scholarship and if I don't go to college, then I won't be able to help my family out of poverty. And so that's honestly a very big deal for me.
Would you say that students had it worse or teachers had it worse?
I would definitely say that it was a combination of both, but I honestly feel like students did have it worse. We've been subjected to very horrible things that's going on in the world right now, and we've just had to take it and run with it because, we're children and we really don't have a voice and we don't have a say. We kind of been desensitized to, what's been actually going on within the world today. And we've just been told to just turn in these assignments and given tests. And I kind of feel like we should definitely be applauded for even doing that. Because being subjected to keep on working in a world where it's literally crumbling around you and there's chaos going on everywhere.
What would have helped you stay engaged?
I think what would have helped me stay engaged is probably more communication within the teachers, more support, and probably sympathy from teachers. And I say this as a student, and I'm pretty sure lots of other remote students could probably agree with me that empathy from teachers and the school system would probably be very, very nice because as students, we have been through literally the ringer, and honestly, it's just been very detrimental to people's mental illnesses, and a lot of people are struggling and they have to push through to keep a kind of a stable GPA to kind of meet that criteria to graduate. So yeah.
Did any teacher reach out to you?
One teacher did, and that was probably my math teacher, just because she was worried about me. Because when I was going through those depressive episodes, I would go in and out of school, and I wouldn't attend my classes. And then she noticed that my grades were dropping tremendously in her class, and she emailed me, and she was like, I was just worried about you because you started out so strong in my class,
How helpful was it when your teacher reached out to you?
I kind of felt very happy that she was, empathizing with what was going on and how I was feeling. I kind of felt like my situation was valid because she made me feel like, it wasn't my fault, which it wasn't my fault. But at the time, I thought it was my fault that I was falling behind, and I kind of beat myself up about it. But it was nice to know that a teacher actually took time out of her day to check up on me. One of the many students that she had in her class, and I just kind of felt special and loved, and yeah.
I can personally say I've had some really nice teachers this year who, like, if I email them and I'm like, hey, I'm having a tough time right now, I'm going to turn that assignment in late, they're like, you're good. But it's like I have to initiate that conversation.
Right.
I did have one teacher that told us in the beginning, like, you have a 2-day grace period 2 times and I won't take late points off. And that was like a breather for me that I haven't had any other teacher explicitly tell me that, we could use that as an option. What do you want people to know about your experience as a student during COVID?
I just want to say that grades do not define us. We are not our grades, we are not our GPAs, we are not our extracurricular activities. We are human, we are people, we have feelings. Our existence and our success should not be determined by our grades. It should be determined about how hard we have worked to accomplish those goals that we have set for ourselves as students.